The Leo woman, her sex life. Don't expect her to meet you halfway, because she is so convinced that any man is lucky to possess her. She sees no reason to have to lure him on. Leo likes to carry on what she considers innocent flirtations, expressions of a free-floating libido. She will not pant after any man, for she is too self-content and self-satisfied to be sexually aggressive. Her aim is simply to make herself admired. Her attitude is best described as sleek, enticing, and lazy. It seems as if she is aware by instinct of how strongly men react to her. A crook of her imperious finger, and they hasten to obey her regal command. It is a command, not an invitation, for she cannot imagine any man who would dare to refuse it. When a lover disappoints her, she does not rebuke or chastise him. Her silent contempt is a far more deadly weapon. Words are not required to express her disapproval. Many a man has been withered by Leo's disclaim, and very few ever have the courage for repeat performance. They gather their rent, and tattered shreds of ego and creep painfully away. She is rarely moody, even when in love. Her basic disposition is optimistic, cheerful, and introspection is not for her. She does not torment herself about her desires. Why should she? Whatever Leo wants, Leo gets. If a man makes himself important in her life, he can expect to be treated royally, as benefits a royal consort. She creates an atmosphere of splendor and beauty in her home where she will entertain lavishly. Although she will dress in very provocative fashions, what she is doing is not trying to seduce, but to manipulate her lover. And there is a significant difference. When the moment comes for her to preen her charms, there will be a slow, voluptuous unveiling, not so much for his pleasure as for her pleasure in watching his dazzled admiration. Woe betide the lover who misunderstands this and he tries to take her too quickly or by force. That's when the lioness shows her claws. She doesn't feel any particular need to be original or creative in her boudoir behavior. Like the male of her sign, her instinct is for the conventional and straightforward. It all seems perfectly clear and simple and right to her. When her passions are aroused, though, she will become a fiercely responsive sex partner, and there are plenty of bedmates around who will have the scars to prove it. Then, she expects to be praised for her sexual prowess. She knows she is a healthy, lustful animal, the queen of the jungle cats. In the sex act, she tries to dominate, but will usually settle for equal partnership. In foreplay, she enjoys having her face and ears and neck gently laved by her lover's tongue. She also likes him to run his tongue up from her legs to her inner thighs. Her favorite method of having sex is to allow the man to penetrate halfway, then to alternate thrusts with him in a cooperative maneuver. She likes to make love with the lights on so her partner can admire her body and comment on it. Her almost compulsive need to show off leads her to prefer the woman above position, where the man can continue to look up and admire her beauty. In this woman above position, she gets satisfaction by leaning forward and allowing a lover to take as much of her breasts as possible into her mouth. A lover's admiration is an essential part of sex for her. She always chooses her bras and panties carefully, making sure she will be her most provocative when she undresses for him. Leo women often wear wispy, cutout bras that make their nipples available for manipulation, or wear cutout panties that make their front and rear available. On occasion, she will wear nothing but garter belts and stockings. One Leo woman I know has Polaroid pictures taken of herself during the sex act with various lovers and puts them in a scrapbook. Leo's calm and positive approach to sex is reassuring to men worried about their virility. She's so sure everything is going to work out fine that it usually does. And why wouldn't it? The lucky devil is making love to her. Warning: her instinct to dominate occasionally takes extreme forms. Because Leo resents having to live in a man's world, she often assumes his role in the sex act. She's the kind who will wear a dildo and force him to bend over to her so she can penetrate him anally. She may even insist that he kiss and lick her shoes, her glove hands, or her leather-bound breast. Leo enjoys the flicking of the tongue in her vagina and wants the tempo and pressure to increase until she reaches orgasm. While some oralists prefer to alternate tongue with finger manipulation, the woman born under this sign wants the tongue only and expects the man to swallow all of her love juice. She considers this kind of oral genital sex as paying homage to the queen. One Leo woman told me she persuaded her lover to have the restraining membrane under his tongue cut in order to permit deeper penetration of her vagina. I have heard instances in which a Leo woman insisted that her lover wear rubber diapers so that she could assume the dominant role and discipline him. Her lioness need to rule also attracts her to very young boys, for they are more inclined to offer the blind, unquestioning adoration that she desires. In return, she will teach them about sex and make them virtual prisoners of love.